there's something interesting I gotta tell you about Injustice 2 that I'm noticing. Hey, No Pants, is this shit gonna get muted or what? So, I was watching that ESL shit, right? And everyone on there was basically doing a lot of zoning, a lot of spamming, a lot of zoning, and a lot of people didn't like it. And then when it got up close, the way the gameplay was panning out, it seemed like a lot of people didn't like it. And I was watching it too, and I think Moron Combat 10, for whatever reason, is just a lot more exciting to watch. This game, it's missing the flair that you kind of expect from games these days. And I feel like this game, the supers have it. The supers are cool, but I don't think supers are viable in real tournament matches. It seems. So, because supers are not really viable in real tournament matches, you don't end up seeing anything really too interesting except for the wager system, which is so stupid. And it's not that it's missing the rushdown. The rushdown is there. It's kind of just boring rushdown, I think. So far. Maybe it's just new. But that doesn't matter because Moron Combat, remember the Fatal 8 for Moron Combat when Sonic Fox fucked everyone up with Black Aaron? That was so fun to watch on day one. So, I don't think it's like, that's just an excuse to say that it's day one and people are just zoning on day one. That's just an excuse. So, I do like Injustice Part 2. I'm having a good time. I don't think the server is busted. I have to just reset my game because it was in sleep mode. But I like the game. I'm having fun with it. But I do definitely think that it's not that fun to watch in like a competitive setting, at least as of right now. I'm curious to see how it goes at Combo Breaker. Combo Breaker is going to be the big like make or break for this game. If you look back at Evo, I think, and you tell me if you disagree, but for Evo, for Injustice, the game has a bad reputation for being boring in top 8 at Evo. Am I right about that? Injustice at Evo, I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong about its reputation. Boring in top 8. Now, I think that, okay, good. It might carry the same curse. I don't know, though. The game is, I will see. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and it's really deep. In fact, a little bit too deep. I think that it's, I wish that NRS games would become more simplified rather than become so much more complex. The variation system in MK10 was brutal. I'm going to turn the game audio on for a bit. I guess since I'm yippity yapping, No Pants is going to... This is plenty of soundboard material, you know? Maybe I'll turn that shit on later. Injustice, let me think about it. Oh, I watched Next Level Battle Circuit and Wednesday Night Fights. It was cool. I don't really remember too much. I remember watching Coach Steve play as the monkey, and the monkey doesn't look very as cool as I thought. He seems like he just does very few moves over and over again. A lot of spamming, not a lot of honor. So I don't know if I'm into the monkey. He's got no guns, he's got no honor, and too many combos. So forget that. Sonic Fox won with Deadshot. He's got no honor. Not much honor.
Thank you.
Who was that? Jamaican Hype. Thanks for the resub. What were we talking about a moment ago? Let's see here. I liked watching. Still lacking in honor. I see you. Better believe it, Torin. What's up, man? Hey, Electoid. Thanks for the Twitch Prime. Jamaican Hype. Thanks very much. Yeah, it was fun to watch. I think that it's interesting that yesterday's tournaments were a little bit more fun to watch than that ESL shit. Maybe it's because the ESL format was first to 10, right? So when I watched the ESL thing, I was like, Injustice is just ass. It sucks. Everyone hates it. The chat room hates it. It's boring as AF to watch. This is a disaster, right? But I think now that I've watched it at Next Level and Wednesday Night Fights, I think it's because of the first to 10 format, because I had fun watching it. Maybe it's because it's fun watching Sonic Fox beat people up in tournament. I've always thought that's fun. But, you know, I thought it was pretty cool. The character variety was nice. Lots of different people using different characters. Both tournaments, East Coast and West Coast. You know, the game doesn't look as shitty to watch as I initially thought it did after that ESL thing. So, write that down, you know. Long sets make this game really boring. But 2 out of 3? Or was it 3 out of 5? 2 out of 3. I don't think it needs to be 3 out of 5. I also think the timer doesn't need to be 250 seconds. 250 seconds... To me, yesterday I heard Sajam trying to justify it because he was like, well, normally it's supposed to be 90 seconds and then there could be 3 rounds. And so basically what they're doing is they're giving you that in total because there are no rounds in this game. But to me, that makes no sense. That equation is like you are doing Scott Steiner math, right? Because that makes no sense to justify it that way. The match is never going to take more than 250 seconds, no matter what. No matter whatever happens, the match is never, ever, in a million years, going to take more than 250 seconds because there's chip damage. So it's impossible. Impossible. So then if it's impossible, why even put the fucking clock up there? Why is there a clock if it's never going to run out of time? So that's where the Scott Steiner math comes in. It doesn't matter how many times you add 90 seconds together or how many rounds you're trying to emulate. The clock is there, but there's no reason for it to be there. That's what I'm saying. If they lower the clock, you know, lower it to something more reasonable, I mean, I'm in for, like, why not lower it even more? Let's test it out at 160 or less, you know? That would be sick. It would encourage a more aggressive play style, especially if you are losing. You know, it would definitely make you move, and I think that's fun to watch. Making players move and act, not too much, but enough is fun to watch. So, just an idea. I don't know. I just think it's silly to justify that it's got 250 seconds there. I've never heard of something so absurd in my whole life. That I mean, why even put it there? 250 seconds, why not put 1,000 seconds? Or more? Why not? Why even, I mean, I don't know, just silly. It seems weird. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing, though. Anyway, do spectators like timeout? Look, was that Naranagi? I should have known. I should have read your name first. I've told you many times, and you know this. I'm not even going to repeat it. You know you're retarded. It's not even a matter of asking a counter question like that. Why is the clock there if it's never going to run out of time? Forget that question. But do spectators like timeouts? He thinks he's being clever. He thinks he's being clever. I got a good question for you. Answer this, Eris. Why don't you stop saying that shit you're saying there and riddle me this question? Has nothing to do with what you're saying, but do they like timeouts? Anyway, what's up, Naranagi? S3 Rux, thanks for the subscription. You guys down to play or what? Eris hasn't played enough to know if there will or will not be timeouts. And this is another notorious moron. Rin forever, right here. You don't have to play very much to know that there cannot be timeouts. Everything in the game does chip damage. How could there be a timeout? 250 seconds? Both players are going to fall asleep? How could that happen? I don't even see it. Like, it's impossible. How could that even happen? I don't know why I'm reading these the comments that are following these repeat offenders. These names, I should not be reading these comments. Anyway, so are you guys down to play? chip damage can't kill. Wrong game, kid. Man, isn't that nuts? I've been hearing a lot about that. Like, people are tweeting about how chip damage can't kill in Street Fighter V and stuff. F-Champ did that. And he's talking about how it gives a lot of advantage to the comeback. It makes comeback so much stronger. That's true. It's such a amazing comeback mechanic. Because, you know, when people get chipped all the way down in Street Fighter V, it almost feels like they become more confident, right? In any other game, when you're left with 0 health, like 1 point of health, your confidence level is as low as it could possibly be. But in Street Fighter V, it's like it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. Your confidence level is getting worse. But then when it's down to 0, when you observe these players, they kind of put their feet in the ground and they're like, all right, I know you can't kill me, so I'm going to fucking sit here and wait for the perfect moment. Boom, I hit you. All right, you still can't kill me. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to wait. Boom, one more roundhouse. And then all of a sudden, it's a comeback. I feel like that happens a lot in Street Fighter V at a high level. It's just the nature of the comeback in that game. It's interesting. And it doesn't have anything to do with bonus damage like Rage does in Tekken. It's just because you know you're not going to die. You can't die. Interesting. Anyway, I'm turning on some tunes if you guys don't mind. Seems like this game isn't nearly as popular as Moron Combat. What are your thoughts on that? I remember when Moron Combat came out. Do you guys remember at that time? Hey, what's up, funny kid? Long time no see. Anyway, you guys remember at that time Justin Wong was like streaming all the time, full time, and you know he was like streaming the game, and that guy, that British guy with a hat was streaming the game, and just like. It was huge. I thought Moron Combat was like this massive, explosive hit on Twitch. This game, it doesn't seem like it's as big of a hit on Twitch. I don't know if it's a hit anywhere else, but on Twitch it doesn't seem like it made that big of a splash. My instinct would tell me that Batman and Superman and Joker are way bigger than Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but maybe that doesn't mean anything. Maybe, I don't know. It's like, you know, these are little interesting things because this is like part of my job, right? To be a Twitch streamer. So if I wasn't, you know, if I'm going to be halfway competent at this, if it is a job, right? I'm going to look around and see what's going on. Investigate my peers. See what other people are doing and stuff, you know? And to me, it seems like phenomenon. Like, you know, what are people looking for? I don't think this it's hard to say, but I think Mortal Kombat is way more fun to watch than this, that's for sure. Everyone loves fatalities. Also, that game, though I don't condone teabagging, that game really gives you the opportunity to teabag people because it goes, finish him, and they're like dizzy and they're dead, you know, and then you could teabag their ass and then do the fatal. Man, it's, you know, that game is a lot more watchable. I think it's a lot more fun to watch. Den Bear, thanks for the resub. Happy Big Friday. And Casual Remarks, thanks for the resub. You guys are pals, I appreciate it. I don't know, I'm having fun playing the game, but I don't know if it's because I'm just really, like enjoying shooting these guns. This feels very similar to when Injustice 1 came out, and I was like, alright, here's my plan. I'm gonna pick Batman, then Joker, and I was gonna try out all these characters, and I fell in love with Deathstroke. And I didn't try any of them out. I just won a bunch of tournaments with Deathstroke. And now I'm not gonna enter any tournaments, I don't think, especially with early 2017 around the corner. But same feeling is there. None of the other characters are calling me like Diablo, you know? But I like the game. I'm having a blast. I recommend it to anyone who asks, you know? Even people that are talking shit about it to me. So, you know, a lot of people are talking shit about this game, right? Duh, right? It's a new game. A lot of people talk shit, and it's an NRS game. But they look, you know, if anyone who's a Street Fighter fan looks you straight in the eye and tells you that this game is trash, you know you got a lot of nerve, right? I mean, come on. Even if I mean, this game is laughable in a lot of departments, right? But even if you take all this game's shortcomings and put a big spotlight on them, it still kicks the shit out of Street Fighter V in terms of a product worth $60. The number of characters in this game and the depth in which each character, like, and their move list, like, you know, the potential per character and the story mode and the tutorial modes and everything else that's in the game, plus it worked the day it came out. I mean, you know, are you nuts? You can't talk shit. And there was no, oh, I guess there was a beta, huh? Hey, didn't Street Fighter V do a new beta? Or did I dream that? I feel like I caught wind of a new beta for Street Fighter V, which is weird because everyone always jokes about the game still being in beta. So, if the game's still in beta and they're having a new beta for it, what? This is becoming math. You know? How did it go if they did? Season 2.0 new beta. Oh. The chat room's going fast. Hey, the AFI KO man. Thanks. Thanks for the resub. I did a PC beta a month ago. It sucked ass. Hey, oh man, Quake Champions too. You know, I was interested in Quake Champions, but it looks like it's. First of all, it's PC only, so forget that. I don't play games with the mouse and keyboard. But furthermore, it does seem like a really fast-paced game. A little too fast for me, right? That game, see, I watched someone play it. It was crazy. You gotta be huffing Ritalin, doing rails of Ritalin off of a Smash MILF, right? You gotta be huffing rails of Ritalin off of a Smash MILF's cheeks to be able to play that game. That game's so fast. You know? You gotta get turned up. Anyway. You guys want to turn on some tunes? No Pants is good.